for some things.
All right, and here we are for episode 8 of the Some Things podcast, and today I'm joined with Luke.
Yes, it's me, Luke.
And Batman, apparently.
Wow.
Yes, it's me.
John,
Bat John.
you've got a good Batman voice. I like it.
It's not that bad, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
It's even better than Christian Bale's.
Yeah, he did Batman better than Batman. But yeah, so on today's episode, we will be covering a few things. Namely, let's see, we can talk about Popeyes once again, other cool podcasts, some which are actually starting up soon, that'll be involving The Office, if you guys are familiar with that TV show.
Yeah.
And more Antonio Brown and other news around the NFL Network of today.
This sounds like a fun episode, guys, if I
does
may
sound
say
good.
so myself. So make sure you guys stick around for the end. This is going to
yeah.
be really interesting.
We're 2 away from double digits.
Yes, dude.
Whoa.
That's going to be so awesome, because there'll be like a 1, and then like a 0, and then double digits.
It's true. Then it'll be a 1 and
Oh, well,
a 1.
Technically, I thought 0, like mathematically, isn't actually a digit, it's just a placeholder.
It's just a placeholder. Yeah.
All right, whatever. So when we get to 11, then we're fine.
Yeah.
that'll be the trademark for us.
That's the one that's shaped like a circle, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so how y'all's week's been?
It was pretty good. Like, I was waiting on 2 things to be delivered to me.
Okay.
That's always exciting, like when you get a package that's waiting to be delivered.
As long as it's on time.
Yeah, first I got my Cal State Fullerton parking permit.
Ooh.
And I'm just glad I don't have to have the stupid temporary paper one floating around my truck anymore.
No, of course.
It's like every time I make a turn, it goes falling on the floor. So it's good to not have to worry about that. I just hook it on my rear mirror.
Okay.
Mirror.
So it's like a handicap placard.
Yes, exactly. Except it's like not.
Well, everyone who goes to Cal State Fullerton's handicap anyway.
Oh, take that.
To all my Cal State Fullerton friends who are listening, this is the guy that's been on only half the episode.
Oh, shots fired. I'm just watching, folks.
Dang. But anyway, yeah, so that came in, but that was not the most exciting thing for me.
Oh, yeah? What was?
As you guys know, I play bass. I play the upright bass as well. So bass guitar, upright bass. Mm-hmm. I ordered myself a new bow. Ooh. So I was excited for that. It's quite a bit nicer than the one I've been using for the last, 4 years.
Okay.
So it just got here yesterday. And
Did it come with any arrows?
Oh my goodness.
Or did he use like a mail escort service? He ordered a new bow.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
Like B.O.
No, guys, this is serious. It's music.
We took what he loved and enjoyed, and it just ruined it.
It's nice. Okay, it's got like you've seen people with those white bow hairs. Mine has a mix of white and black, so it looks cool. It should function well. This thing is awesome. I can't wait to use it. So
It's an Ori bow.
it's been pretty awesome for me. Other than that, I did go to the beach yesterday, and that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, that's
Speaking of
pretty
you,
much it for me.
Speaking of you guys at the beach, I don't know. John, do you have anything you would like to share with us?
Yeah, so this week's been going pretty well. It's been fun. And then yesterday, I went to the beach too. Luke happened
okay.
to be at the same beach I was.
Yeah, it was
Believe
kind of
or not.
fun
Yeah.
running into John.
So I did a crazy thing yesterday, guys.
Crazy.
Dylan, you're not going to be the only married man on this podcast anymore.
What?
What?
Yeah.
John.
I proposed.
Woohoo!
And
Clap
she
it up.
said yes?
She said yes. I was surprised.
Oh, I guess I should have held
I
off
don't
on
know
the
if
clap.
I would have even said yes to me.
Well, hey, you found a good one then.
I did.
Hey, with a beard like that, we both would have said yes to you. All right.
That's fair.
That's true. We talked about it last week. You've got that bearded voice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she fell right in love with that.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
hicky.
That was really cool, though. You know, the beach we were at had a bunch of cliffs going down the side of the beach, so
Okay.
we took our friend who was our photographer. I told Savannah, that's my now fiance. That's weird to say.
Aw.
I was like, hey, why don't we take cute couples pictures this weekend at the beach? We never do that. And she fell for it. So, she fell for it. Sorry. I
Did
was
that have
kinda far
anything-
from the mic.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. So, we're starting walking along and we're stopping at all these different spots to take, pictures.
As you do.
Yeah. And we finally get to this spot. I see it in the distance. It looks like Pride Rock, right? It's going to be like Lion King. I'm going to be like, oh. Okay.
so
As we
yeah.
get closer, there's this old, fat, super tan, wrinkly dude laying there next to his surfboard right next to Pride Rock.
Oh,
so
boy.
romantic.
Yeah. And I was deeply saddened. So we had to keep walking. And eventually we found another cool spot. But,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, no Lion King. But still, She said yes. That's the whole point.
Yay!
That makes it a good day automatically.
It
Oh,
does.
And
yeah.
I'll tell you what, I got
a good week.
I got to the beach right after they had started walking. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting down there just waiting for them to come back, and I'm like, "It's the beach. I know they're getting close. I wonder if if he's proposing right now." And sure enough, they
Damn.
come back. She shows me the ring. I'm like, "Good for you, man."
That's awesome. Yeah, because you guys have been dating for what, at least a couple years now, or
Year and 7 months.
year and 7? Okay.
Wow.
All right. So I guess I kind of botched Bob Barker rules. I went over on that one, but
Yeah.
even still, I was in the ballpark.
Yeah, it was close enough.
But yeah, that's
You guys
awesome.
know what kind of
Congrats.
wedding band I'm gonna get?
Tell us.
Is it going to be a rotating ring, or is it?
No.
What?
So Savannah is still on the fence about it. I know
Okay.
she says she's okay with it, but I know she doesn't like it. They sell the one ring from Lord of the Rings, solid gold, for like $800 with
Dude.
the inscriptions. I want
Yes.
to get it so bad.
Man, that I'll be honest. I didn't think you were that nerdy. I didn't think you were into Lord of the Rings that much.
I am. I don't look it, but dude,
You
I
kind of
go
look
there.
it. All right, Lord of the Rings is not that nerdy.
It's not.
You've got like because I think part of it is the glasses and the beard combined.
That's
You've
fair,
got
yeah.
almost a hipster look, and that's just enough to make it believable that you're a Lord of the Rings fan.
Don't insult the man by calling him a hipster. I mean, he
What's
just
wrong with hipsters?
That's a little mean,
Dude, half of our viewers, I bet, are hipsters.
Dude, they're horrible.
Are you guys hipsters?
Half
Let
of
us
them-
know on our Instagram page.
I bet half of them don't even have hips. I mean, what?
Luke, did you see?
Maybe.
Did you see our waiter yesterday, or the dude that brought us our food at that chicken place?
Yes.
He looked like a total hipster. I don't look
That
like that.
guy. Well, I'm just saying, like, your beard is halfway between manly and hipster.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen my face before, my beard looks like I'm Amish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of
It's
you
the best
who,
I can do.
For those of you who have John on Facebook, go ahead and check out the engagement photos that have been
Yeah.
posted. Give him a like. You'll be able to see that beautiful beard. You won't be
Nice,
able to hear
nice.
the bearded voice unless you listen to the podcast.
True.
So listen to the podcast.
Yeah, make sure to let them know that you're happy for them.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Yeah.
all the listeners.
I guess we should hear from Dylan now. Did
Yeah,
you
how
do
was your
anything
week?
at all?
I've done several things, and as you guys can see
Hey.
right now, maybe not you listeners, obviously, but I just finished Community Day, and thanking you guys for holding off on starting the podcast because I could have been late, but we would have made do. I have no doubt that you guys have been able to carry on without me because I'm not that important.
If
but
it makes you feel any worse, we actually just took forever to get set up.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
But hey, it all works out in the end, right? But yeah, so I just did Community Day for Pokemon. I got a late start on it because they shifted the hours down back to 11 to 2 o'clock, which kind of sucks because I was preferring the evening hours. Did decent enough, got a handful of shinies on both accounts. Other than that, let's see, Friday night, me and Sarah decided to go to the Living Desert out in Palm Springs.
Oh, cool.
And so they actually have like this nighttime thing that goes on for the month of September where it's like 7 to 9:30. I forget what it's specifically called, but yeah, so you get to go see pretty much like all the nocturnal animals. And so we got to see like spotted hyenas, not the striped ones from Lion King. They were pretty cool. And then we also got to do a giraffe feeding at night, which was always awesome. Yeah, that dude, it was so crazy too, because I went up there and last time they gave us carrots to feed them, but then this time around they gave us like handfuls of lettuce. And the second I walk up to him, he was already just licking all over my hands, just
Giraffes like lettuce?
yeah. That's
Dude,
what I'm
have you
pretty
ever
sure that's what
been
he was
licked
eating.
by a giraffe?
Dude, their tongue is weird.
Maybe when I was young.
When you
What that tongue do, though?
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
No,
It
man.
licks
Oh.
lettuce off of innocent people's hands.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
clean.
That's what I'm saying.
that poor giraffe.
Dude,
Didn't
giraffes
see-
are crazy animals.
Yeah.
Are- crazy though. That's like another step though.
But, like,
How's another step? How?
they're so
What do you mean?
tall.
Like I mean, it's like one thing to say they're cool, but you're like they're crazy.
No, like, when you get up to one up close, like, I don't know.
Do they ever look like they're just not thinking about anything? Is that just
Yeah,
me?
they look kind of dumb.
Yeah, they look like dumb
Like,
animals.
not like their appearance
These-
looks dumb. They just look like they're mentally dumb.
they're
These
they're not
dumb,
thinking.
crazy giraffes.
Yeah.
Like if there was any animal that's in a zoo and is happy about it, it's the giraffe. Just saying.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a pretty fun evening. One of the other highlights of that night too, it was kind of funny, is they had this thing called like a scorpion hike or a scorpion walk, something to that effect.
Wow.
And so at first we're thinking like, okay, it's in a specific area of the park, and we just thought like, all right, we'll go walking around and. We'll go walk around. Maybe they'll have them in cages, and you get to see different types of scorpions, and how they react to different things or whatever else. No, apparently this walk was literally, oh yeah, there's scorpions wandering around our amusement park, our desert right here, our zoo area facilities, and you just gotta go find them. We use these UV lights and we shine them on you, and oh look, there's one right by your
yeah,
foot.
those brownish looking ones.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so what was well, not so great, funny for me, but not so funny for Sarah. We're walking around in the dirt as they just go around again, shining these UV lights, and they're like, "Oh yeah, these things are just everywhere throughout the park." You know, when they feel people, you know, on the dirt and everything, they kind of scatter. They don't really stay around. But yeah, they're just walking around. They're not in any cages. And Sarah was barefoot in sandals, like, so she just starts freaking out, like, I don't want to be in the dirt. Like, she wanted to stay on the pathways,
Yeah.
not get off anything, and which is understandable. But thankfully, none of the scorpions, you know, stung us. And even if they did,
They're not poisonous, are they?
no. That
Yeah, that's
think
why
it
I
was like-
figured they let you walk
yeah,
around like
the
that.
zookeeper, I think he said something to the effect of, you know, if you're an adult and you get stung by one of the ones that's more poisonous, venomous, I always forget what the difference is. One of them,
Yeah.
like I think for one of them, it's venomous. Is if it bites you, it injects the poison. If it's poisonous, or no, venomous injects you. Poisonous is if you touch it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it's
Interesting.
something like that.
Poisonous,
But-
you inject the scorpion.
yeah, exactly. And
I never knew
smash.
that.
But yeah, so the guy was just saying if you're an adult and you happen to get stung by one of the more venomous scorpions that were out there, you end up just getting like you need to take some Benadryl. If you're a kid, then yeah, maybe call 911 just because there's a lot of it. And you know, I think he said one of his buddies even got stung. I don't know if it was recently, but just had like a huge welt where he got hit just because it's that bad.
Wow.
Definitely painful. So I don't advocate getting stung by scorpions, but you know, hey, to each their own, I guess.
Scorpions are just non-aerial bees.
No, not yeah, pretty much. I think that's what they compared it to as
With
well.
lobster claws? What are you talking about?
Gosh,
If bees had lobster claws, oh
God.
my goodness.
guys, let's just all take a minute
Those are
right.
real.
Let's all take a minute right now and thank God that scorpions don't have wings.
Yeah, scorpions, spiders, any of those.
Like, could you
Thank
imagine?
you.
That'd be a nightmare. That's nightmare fuel right there. Ugh.
I don't know, man.
Sounds kind of cool.
You know, we came across a bit of a nightmare as well. John and I, before coming here, we went to Popeyes.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna do it.
Do you love that chicken at Popeyes?
Well, yeah. I mean, the chicken was pretty good. The only problem was they didn't have any chicken sandwiches still.
Still?
That was the
Still.
only reason we went.
Ugh.
Yeah,
could
we're like,
talk
let's
about
go and let's tell our listeners how much we enjoy these chicken sandwiches.
Right.
And it turns out they're still out. I went up to the register. I said, "So you guys are still out of chicken sandwiches?" They're just like, yes. So I'm
Yeah.
yeah. So we just got like some chicken tenders, and we're boring.
It
But yeah.
took them forever to get you your food, though.
I know, that's
and I
like
ordered
part of the
twice
reason-
as much food as you did.
Oh my
That's part of the
gosh.
reason we were so late. Like John got twice as much food in half of the time.
And they still decided to screw you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Just,
yeah.
just for the listeners, I didn't eat twice as much food as he did. My fiance was with us.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
she-
so yeah, just to clarify. But yeah, no, because that's stupid. Because it's man, I don't know how long it's gonna take them to get restocked. Because honestly, I was even thinking about it too, Luke. I know we talked about wanting to do it on the podcast, either like a live streaming video on your Instagram or wherever else, but testing out the different sandwiches. And I was even considering it for this week, but then I remembered Chick-fil-A is always closed on Sundays, so
Yeah.
boo-hoo.
but we'll figure out a day to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely still coming, folks. So keep your eye out for that.
We promise you, we will taste the sandwiches.
We will test the
Test or
sandwiches.
taste.
We-
What were you trying to say?
In
both.
Jesus' name.
We will test the sandwiches for you and bring you the most updated news.
Yes, because our taste buds are pretty
Popeyes
good.
has good food, but in my experience, their service is horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Popeyes.
Yeah,
You know why? It's because it's not the Lord's chicken.
it's not. it's not blessed.
It's the Hood's chicken.
The Hood's chicken down
Dude.
from New Orleans.
I remember. Oh gosh, I remember seeing a meme about that on Facebook. It was like it had one girl behind the register for Chick-fil-A, and she's sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, have a nice day," and just kind of as she's giving the customer their food, and then it showed another picture of a white girl behind the counter at Popeyes, just sitting there. I bet. Just,
Oh my
what the heck?
goodness.
But oh man. Anyway, so that's definitely got to happen though. And so one of the other things I did, Luke, it was literally spur of the moment. I got done with my workout yesterday morning, and Sarah suggests, why don't we just go to Knott's? Because I'd been wanting to go, and we literally had nothing to do, so we went to Knott's.
In celebration of John's
Engagement.
Yeah,
right?
so we went.
Thank you.
I was
I
gonna-
love that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I should honestly, I should have got you a gift. But hey, I do actually have some Angels tickets if you want them. I might not be able to go to this game. It's a Thursday night. Dude. So
Yes.
yeah, all right. So Sorry, Luke. So,
Dang. It's okay. I have school on Thursday.
yeah,
nights.
there we go. Yeah, so
I
all
can
right,
come
so maybe,
visit. Cal State Fullerton's not that far from there.
No, it's
are
very
you going to be able to
close.
get on campus after you insulted all the students? Or is
Yeah.
this
They can't stop me.
Oh man, but so yeah. Anyway, we go to Knott's Berry Farm, and I had a pretty good time. Like, it's nice having the season passes. We don't have to really stress about like getting on any particular ride. We just get to walk around the park, do whatever we want. But what kind of annoyed the heck out of me, man, there were several things, but one in particular. Throughout the park, they have these refill stations where if you have like the souvenir bottles, you can get like soda or whatever other kind of drinks that you want to fill up throughout the day. And these freaking people in front of us, man, they had to have had like 4 or 5 different Contigo containers. And I'm talking like giant jugs for their water. And they sat there and blocked up the line for at least a good 5 to 10 minutes just sitting there. Oh, I got to get ice in this. Oh, no, we got to find the little water spigot. Oh, this one's not working. Got to go to the next one. And I'm just like, guys, get the heck out of the line. Go find
Use a water fountain.
Yeah, they have those around the park. Like, why the heck are you clogging the soda machines where it's like you're not even supposed to be, really?
They even have the ones where it's meant for a water bottle. I was there a couple months ago and they had them.
Yeah, just
That exact thing happened to me at a Burger King the other day.
Oh, yeah?
I was waiting to get my soda, and this guy had a large cup, and he also had a huge Dasani water bottle.
Oh, my gosh.
And he filled that thing up with soda, and then dumped it into his cup,
Wow.
Why would what?
and then filled it up again. And I'm sitting there, and then he's like taking time to put the cap on, put a lid on the cup, and put a straw in there. And I'm just standing behind him, and I didn't bother saying anything because I was interested to see how long he would take. And he knew I was behind him. I just never said anything. But he saw me there.
Yeah, it's like I just don't get it, man. It's you would think people would want to go and do like, you know, be courteous to others, but no, this couple did not care. And what kind of irritated me even more is you know, there were 3 different soda spigots or whatever you want to call them, to where they had so there were like 3 different ice machines and then like the 8 or so sodas on either side of each ice machine.
Yeah.
And so I tell Sarah, like, oh, go fill up at the ice machine over here. She goes to get ice in the cup so that we can be ready since they weren't using that one. And then sure enough, the lady who's in front of us, as her and her husband are filling up their stupid Contigo containers, she shakes her head and gets mad at Sarah for filling up with ice. I was like so close to decking her husband. I'm like, your wife's about to get you in trouble, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I've been like, look, we paid for the privilege to use these machines.
yeah, like, and you guys are just filling up water bottles. Like, get the frick out of here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm on your side.
I don't like
Yeah,
people.
I'm on
They
your side.
irk me.
You guys can consider this the "Am I the butthole" of this episode.
Yeah, I
Dylan,
guess so.
you are not the butthole.
That's
No,
true.
not at all.
You guys are good.
Yeah, and then the other
More
thing
like
that was
the cheeks.
soft and cuddly. But man, the other thing that kind of got me too is I think your dad, Luke, has a similar motto or like belief system on this matter. I don't hate kids, but I hate your kids. Like, kids at the park, man, were just so obnoxious and just sitting there. We're in line. It's, you know, people have little self-awareness. Like, they kept bumping into me and Sarah. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? One kid, we get onto the swing ride in the little Fiesta Village part of the park. This girl
love that
swings.
ride.
Yeah, it's fun. And this girl.
Fiesta Village part of the park. This is Knott's Berry
No,
Farm,
it's
right?
literally
Yeah, it's-
called
it's-
Fiesta Village.
No
the,
way.
The
Yeah.
Mexican center in there.
What?
That's
Yeah,
what I call it. Yeah,
we're like
literally Fiesta Village.
Jaguar, a few of the carnival games, and other rides. Yeah, that's
Oh.
all there. But so, yeah, this kid, as we get on the swings, she starts like literally swinging back and forth as we're waiting for the ride to start. Kicks Sarah in the back of her chair and everything. Then as we went to I don't know if you guys saw the post on Facebook. I had a boysenberry frappuccino that we split, and as we're in the line for Starbucks, these stupid kids in front of us that had to have been probably 11, 12 years old were danced around, and you know, they start throwing their legs and arms everywhere, and we're like, what the heck, man? They're just people have little self-awareness, and I just wish kids would get spanked a lot more. It's like, who
Yeah.
acts this way in public? Ugh.
If people could just be more considerate. There's a lot of people who don't have any self-awareness.
Not
I brought
at
this
all.
up in a previous episode. Like, I hate it when people walk slowly. I hate it even more when people are trying to figure out where they're going still.
Yep.
And they're just walking around as if there's nobody behind them. They'll zigzag back and forth, look over there, look over here, and there's no way to get around them.
Yeah, and
and
that-
they have absolutely no idea what they're
It's
doing
like
to the
pull
rest of
over
us.
and figure it out.
Yeah.
And that was the other stupid thing too. It's there'd be people kind of doing the exact same thing, Luke, and I would try to anticipate, and I would go out of my walking path, go out of my way to accommodate for such stupid people that you would come across in your daily life. And they would still go out of their way to walk in front of me. It's just like, what are you doing? We're walking towards each other. I can clearly see you're going straight. I'm going to go off to the right here, and they go right. Like, what are you doing? Because I would be taking 2 or 3 steps already in that direction, and then they'd come my way.
Yeah.
Just like,
We're gonna have to fight the world.
We really are, man. Just us versus everybody.
Anybody want to join us?
Yeah. At least our wives will join us. I would like to think anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of our wives.
These are the days of our wives.
Oh my goodness.
I know some of the kids out there probably don't even know what I'm talking about, referencing that one. Anyway, I've done a mouthful. But
You've done a mouthful.
I've done a mouthful.
I've never heard that before, but
My tongue is parched.
you've had fewer, like, I've already butchered like 3 words today.
Only 3.
I haven't.
Good for you, man.
And there we go. We're done here.
I don't care.
And end of episode.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So, but one other thing I came across this week. This was on social media, different platforms or whatever. I keep seeing those pictures where it's like, say you take 4 different celebrities, 4 types of food or whatever, and what you do with that is at the top caption says one has to go, and just which would you pick?
Yeah.
So this could be our fun game for the week. And I have a
game.
well, I just
This is
We're gonna do both
the other
games.
fun
I
game.
like
2
games.
Yeah. I like Totos.
I like Totos.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so here we go for the first picture I came across. All right. One has to go, and all of their movies. So obviously this will pertain to actors.
Right.
You have Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, and Seth Rogen.
Seth
Seth
Rogen.
Rogen.
All right, we're all unanimous on that one pretty quick, man.
Sorry, man.
Look, I like his movies, but they're more like, I don't know, like just stupid comedy. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
These other
yeah.
guys, they've been around a lot longer. They
Yep.
got way more classics.
Yeah, they're also way more mature. His Seth Rogen's movies are way more mature.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of dumb, raunchy comedies. I mean, I did talk about Long Shot last week, and that's
Yeah.
basically what it was. So
Don't get me wrong, I do like those movies. Pineapple Express, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, you said
Yep.
it was Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler.
Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Still Seth.
Who's
yeah.
your favorite out of the 4 of those?
I think Jim Carrey for me.
Jim Carrey, same.
Same.
Yeah.
So we have the same
We're
that
in
we
complete
did.
agreement.
He was my favorite.
Hey,
We need like a little
comedic
jingle for
actor
that
when I was
too.
a kid.
We're all in agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. We gotta get that on the soundboard.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, because it's just with both Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler, they've been around for so long since like my childhood, watching Billy Madison or Liar Liar, and then like you said, Seth Rogen just hasn't really had that much. And again, even the movies he has, not that they're bad, I do enjoy them. Just that's just nowhere near the other guys. And then there's no way I'm getting rid of Will Ferrell because Elf. We're coming up
Yeah.
on Christmas season. I'm not getting rid of that
The only
movie.
time I didn't really care for Will Ferrell, you guys might hate me for this, is for when he was in The Office for a couple episodes.
No, I don't think anybody
I'm
liked
okay,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He wasn't that great of a
I'm not
character.
alone.
Yeah. So you're definitely not alone on that one.
I thought Talladega Nights was not bad either.
I love
Yeah,
that
that
one.
That was a pretty good one.
Shake and bake.
Dear little baby Jesus.
When you pray, you can pray to whoever you want. I want a picture of baby Jesus. Gosh, so
He
ridiculous.
grew up. He wasn't always a baby.
That had some pretty classic lines.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. And then Step Brothers, of course, that one's always good.
Oh yeah, Step Brothers, good one.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. That was pretty quick. We
Yeah.
like you said, we were all unanimous on those ones.
Proud of us for that. That was
Yeah,
impressive.
love all around. All right, next picture. This is food related. So one has to go. We got Luke's just fiddling over here. All right, we got pancakes, waffles, French toast, and cinnamon buns.
I'll get rid of pancakes.
Really?
Actually,
Yeah.
me too. I'm not a fan of pancakes. They make me sleepy.
That's an interesting reason.
What's your reasoning on that, Luke?
I like waffles better than pancakes. I
Okay.
like French toast better than pancakes. And cinnamon rolls are undefeated.
It's true. Pancakes, too, they get way too soggy once you put syrup on them. The others, waffles
nice,
and French toast, they hold themselves together for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Well, mine is similar to that. Let me break it down why I like waffles better.
Uh-huh.
I like having syrup that's still in liquid form.
Okay.
And waffles are good with all
And
those syrup
waffles-
cups.
Yeah, they have pockets.
Yeah, they have syrup pockets. It's nice. Pancakes, they just kind of soak it up, and it becomes like it's I don't know,
Soggy, sweet bread.
it's soggy, but it's still kind of dry too. And it's not as good. I don't know. And then French toast is fantastic.
Yeah, French toast is delicious, but honestly, I would have to disagree with you guys. I'm getting rid of the cinnamon bun.
What?
I'm sorry, like
No.
look, I love pancakes so much. Like I know you guys are knocking them right now for whatever reasons. I like the sogginess if it gets enough syrup in it.
reason.
And you know what? With pancakes and waffles alike, you can do so much with them. Cinnabuns are just too much. There's just too much sweetness.
I am shocked, guys.
I'm
Really?
appalled.
I want to hear on this one, guys. Please let us know on social media.
Yeah.
We have a Twitter page now, right?
We have a Twitter page
We never
now.
even mentioned that. Let us know on either Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.
vote for us on Twonker.
Yeah, let us know if you prefer pancakes, waffles, or which one you get rid of.
Yeah, so
pancakes,
pancakes,
waffles, cinnamon rolls, or
French toast.
French toast.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting rid of French toast. Let's
Or-
let's be clear about that though.
Yeah,
Let me plug our Twitter real quick.
do it.
Our Twitter.
And we're unplugged.
Dang it! I thought I was going.
Dylan, you're gonna miss one soon.
Oh my gosh, man.
Our Twitter handle is @SomeThingsPod. Apparently, they wouldn't let me put Some Things Podcast because it was too many characters. So
Oh
it's
my.
Some Things Pod.
Hey, but
Hey.
but you know, again, like we checked before we had the name of this title for our podcast. I'm glad that we weren't having to run into anyone else who had the same title, which I was kind of shocked at. I thought it
Yeah,
was
thanks guys for being more creative than we are. We just chose some things.
either more creative or more lazy, whichever we want to take it as. But
Yeah.
When we decided that, what was I can't remember if I was really directly part of the conversation or not, but wasn't it something like, yeah, we don't know what to call it, but we talk about some things.
Something like
Something
that,
like
yeah.
that.
there was
Yeah.
basically that. Like I remember
It's not a
driving.
very interesting
It's not.
No, I was
Not a good
origin
backstory.
story, yeah.
yeah, I was driving through the canyon, making my way out to Merino Valley at one
Making my
point.
way.
Walking. I got you, boo. But yeah, so I was just driving through the canyon. I look over at Sarah, just like some things, like. So it was literally that quick and that easy.
It was
But
an epiphany.
Yeah.
yeah, an epiphany.
Yeah.
All right, so
Shoot.
I got two more pictures here.
Let's do it.
All right, so this one's relating to Disney movies. One gotta go. The Lion King, and this is the classics animation. So let's
Right.
clear that up. So it's not the new ones, but The Lion King, a Goofy movie, Toy Story 1, Aladdin.
Goofy movie. I never even watched it.
You don't even know Powerline? Get out.
I have no idea what that means.
We're gonna,
I have to go with Aladdin.
that's where I would lean.
Yeah.
You're gonna do Robin Williams like that, really?
Hey man, he's in a lot of other good stuff. I'll appreciate him for that.
I never had a friend like him, so why would I care to lose?
Damn.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Look, all respect to Robin Williams, but no, a Goofy movie is
Goofy movie is one of my favorites.
that's a top contender for me, dude. It'd probably be-
Extremely goofy movie. I liked
Yes.
even better.
Yeah, that's one of the few sequels, and people probably hate on it, but yeah, I definitely like the sequel. Was
Goes
as
to
good as
college.
the original. Yeah,
A good one.
Goofy's
The X
not
Games.
supposed to be such an emotional character.
dude, the movie was emotional though.
I know.
It was awesome.
I don't know,
So
man.
Goofy
was
himself
too
goes
real.
back to college in the second one. I know we're talking about Goofy movie, but the
Right,
second
yeah.
one, he's a great dad.
I get it, yeah, but
Luke just hates his dad, is what he's saying, right?
I don't
Sorry,
know.
Dwight.
It's too serious. Goofy. It's Goofy.
But it's a good movie.
You're
Ah.
goofy.
Yeah.
You're
If they
tall,
made
lanky,
if
and
they
dumb.
made a movie about my life, it wouldn't be very dramatic.
It's true.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
But anyway, no,
I play bass.
yeah, there's,
I play bass. I did baseball in high school. I'm a pretty average
I
guy.
like jazz.
yeah, there's, yeah, I'd definitely get rid of Aladdin. I just think it was one that didn't connect to as much.
Same.
Oh,
Retweet.
So, yeah.
Add us.
All right. So now for the last one. One has to go. Same thing. All his works. So we're getting into actors again. Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson, Eddie Murphy, Will Smith,
oh my goodness.
more than
Lawrence
4.
Fishburne.
I have to see it. That's too many
Okay,
names. Let me
all right,
let me
so-
take a look.
Denzel Washington. He's from movies such as The Equalizer. What was it? Manchurian Candidate, Man on Fire. He's got
Django, right? Or
No,
is
no,
that
no.
the other guy.
That's Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Dang. If he was on the
Jamie Foxx is not on this.
If
not
Ja-
on there?
Honestly, if I'll just put it out there, if Jamie Foxx was on this list, I'd get rid of him. I can't take him seriously. I don't like his work in Spider-Man 2 where he was Electro. That was terrible.
Oh, that's right.
The
That
teeth
sucked.
straightening.
Gosh, man.
That was horrible.
It's like that was stupid. I mean, I did hear good things about Django, but for the most part, I can't take him seriously when he's like trying to be a threatening actor. Like I didn't
Did
like
you
him.
see Django?
No, I didn't. But I didn't like him in Baby Driver either when he was trying to be all intimidating. I'm a gangster. Like, nah, it's just.
Yeah. All right, back to the list. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
So,
I got us
did you
off
want to
track.
look at the pictures
I
real
do.
quick? Okay. Yeah, just so you can get a better
Way more
idea.
than 4.
I think I definitely have to go with Lawrence Fishburne.
Fishburne, yes.
Lawrence Fishburne. I can survive without the Matrix movies.
I could survive. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a reluctant answer, but yeah, I definitely think I would agree with you guys on that because I don't know many more of his movies and his like repertoire or his
It's
catalog.
really just that and John Wick.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Whoa,
So-
he did John Wick?
Yeah, he was the homeless guy.
He's the pigeon
Oh,
guy.
Number
he is
two,
the
yeah.
pigeon guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, other than that, I just don't know what I'd really be able to like vote that was like,
I'm
oh
gonna
my gosh, I
watch
can't
John
get.
Wick 3
I
today.
almost.
Oh, dude, it's such
You
a
gonna
good
see
movie.
it?
Yeah, my brother rented it.
Oh,
at the
nice.
house right now.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Eddie Murphy, then I was like, nah, I need Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek was too good.
Dude,
Yeah, I didn't
Daddy
think
Daycare?
I-
You can't get rid of Daddy.
I was thinking a Haunted Mansion. That's
I
what
didn't
like.
care for Haunted Mansion. It was okay.
I'm
but-
not saying it's a great movie. I just that was one of my favorites as a kid because that's when I saw it.
Yeah. But the rest of them, I mean, you can't lose Morgan Freeman.
I'm not losing-
Can't lose Will Smith.
I'm not losing Denzel. Definitely not
Can't
Will
lose
Smith.
Denzel.
Yeah, so it's definitely sorry, Fishburne.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We-
Fishburne.
We love you.
Can't lose Samuel L. Jackson.
More-
the
yeah,
other
'cause
ones
that'd
you
be the
just
ev-
have to have.
That'd be the Avengers movies gone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have Nick Fury.
Also, Fishburne is just a weird name.
Yeah, Lawrence. That's a weird one too.
Messed up.
Lawrence Fishburne.
All right. Well, I think that's all I got for
What about
those
lobster barbecue?
Well, I have another game that we can throw in here.
Yay.
Yeah, so this is guess the euphemism.
Oh,
So I printed out some interesting euphemisms,
Okay.
and you guys have to try to guess what they mean.
okay.
What they mean.
So you listeners at home play along with us. So let's get into this first one. The first one is chicken of the cave. What does that mean? This is not multiple choice. You have to use your
I would
brains
figure,
on
but
this.
these are actual expressions. You're not just making these up.
correct.
Okay.
Chicken
so-
of the cave.
So chicken of the sea is tuna. So
Yes.
We're looking
So now that we know that,
we're looking for an animal that's in a cave.
we have a baseline. What was it again? Something of the.
Chicken of the cave.
Chicken of the cave. Why is it? That's
that so
easy.
hard?
I've never heard this expression before in my life.
Me neither. But
It's
you've heard
3
chicken
words.
Of the sea.
Okay.
Chicken of the cave.
I'm gonna guess that it's referring to bats.
Bats. Okay.
Good one. All I can think of is a pigeon. I know it's wrong, but all I can think of is a
So
pigeon.
bats and a pigeon.
I mean, we're probably both wrong on this, so don't feel too bad. But
Well, let's reveal the answer. Dylan, you're right. It is a bat.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah. I like how they put
Well
this.
played.
It says under it. It says other people prefer the shorter name, bats. So that's pretty good
But why are they the chickens of the cave?
because they live in a cave.
maybe it was like Bear Grylls or something. He was on a nature hike and decided to eat one of them.
Tastes like chicken.
Yep. I don't know. It's
Chi-
funny though. I
It
like
is
it.
fun.
I,
It is fun.
I'm being honest here. I've never heard that expression
Me
before in my
neither.
life.
Well, these are for sure going to be less common, but they're
Okay.
going to be funny.
That was a good guess, though, Dylan. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, how about this?
Pigeons.
Ready?
Yeah. We're
A soupy scoopy.
Soupy, scoopy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess a ladle on that
Yeah, I was
one.
going to say ladle.
Yeah, it's a spoon. We'll give it to you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
Soupy scoop.
That's
Two
a
for
pretty
two.
good one. Yeah. How about person pocket?
A butthole.
Sleeping bag.
Person. Oh, that's a good guess.
Yeah? Maybe?
Sleeping bag. huh?
Person pocket.
Not as good of a guess as bat.
I'll
was,
just
but-
I'll guess orifice. I'll stick with that because I don't want to just steal John's answer. I'll make it interesting.
Now, actually, John, yours is I think better. The answer is just a bed.
Okay.
I think yours is a little
So
bit
he was-
better.
yeah.
Than
He was closer. We'll give him half
Bed's
point.
not a pocket.
Yeah, I think yours fits better.
You know what? Can
Sleeping
we
bag
change the
should be.
definition
Definitely
to
not
my
an orifice.
definition?
Yeah,
We're going to do that.
guys, it's official. Person pocket now
Is a sleeping
means
bag.
sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes more sense.
Let's move on to number 4 here.
All right.
Mouth tentacle.
Oh gosh. Tongue. Right. Is
Yeah,
there anything
that
else
was pretty
but tongue?
easy, yeah. you guys
tongue,
got
I
that
know
one.
the same tongue.
What the heck? This is gonna be fun. I want to hear your answers for this. Sea cat snake.
Is this like sea spot run? Sea cat snake.
It's not a verb.
Oh my gosh.
3
Sea
nouns.
Cats.
Actually, an adjective and 2 nouns.
Sea cat snake.
It's a sea cat snake.
No, because that clarifies a lot.
I feel like catfish is too obvious. I don't think it's catfish.
Cat snake. Sea cat.
Sea cat snake.
An eel? Maybe.
But even then, that's weird. I mean, yeah, it's probably right, but I don't know. You want to go with eel? I'll go with catfish.
Yeah, I honestly think you're right though.
It's actually an otter.
Otter.
Yeah.
Why would it be a snake?
They're kind of long.
Well,
They
I
got long.
guess.
They got long bellies.
sure.
Dude, otters are super soft and super endangered.
Dude, this is gonna be another good one.
And
I,
super endangered.
I think you guys can get this one, but
Okay.
it's gonna take some thinking. Fluffy loaf.
Fluffy loaf.
Yeah, I'll use it in a sentence. Look at that fluffy loaf over there.
Oh, that helps. I'm thinking maybe a pillow or a dog.
Or a fat person.
I had water in my mouth. I almost destroyed all our equipment.
That would have sucked. Not on the soundboard. Fluffy loaf. I think I'm gonna lean a little towards pillow.
I'm gonna go with fat person.
No. You were close with dog. It's a cat. Yeah,
So
cat. Fluffy loaves. I like that one. That's a good one.
You know, and
Fluffy
I
loaf.
should have guessed too, because there are times where I'm looking at my cat just laying on the counter or wherever else, and I call her Bitty Loaf because she kind of squunches down and
Squunches.
squunch.
All right, what do you think? 2 more?
2 more.
Sure, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm game.
Let's do ocean sauce. What is ocean sauce?
When they spill oil into the ocean.
I'm either guessing sea foam or like seaweed. No, not the weed.
Sea foam makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the oil spilling in to the
Oil
Gulf.
spilling in? No. It's actually just water.
What?
That's
Ocean sauce.
it's like
No,
so.
but the water is the ocean.
Yeah.
People are stupid, John.
That's so dumb.
You guys are sore losers.
Whatever.
No, that's just dumb.
I'm with John on this one.
That's why we changed the definition to sleeping bag for person pod.
That's true, yeah. Okay, let's do this last one. We'll finish with this.
Let's do it.
Armcle.
Armicle?
What?
Armcle.
Armcle.
ARMKLE.
Elbow?
Yeah, what
Arm, ankle, right? Is that what
No,
he's
it'd
getting
be
at?
a wrist.
Wrist.
Your
Oh, shoot.
Yes! Ding, ding, ding! You guys got it. It's the wrist.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you guys for getting that last one. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring this game back. I'm not sure.
That's
Some
not
of
a bad
these,
one.
some of these were a little bit harder to relate to. I'll give you guys. You're right on that one. It should have been sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was just ridiculous.
But yeah, I like fluffy loaf. That's one of my favorite ones.
That's frisky.
Yeah.
All right.
That's frisky.
So I guess we'll move into the entertainment section, right?
Yeah, I think it's time for the entertainment portion of the podcast.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You and I were really grooving there.
I've got my lovely singers here. Both look beautiful. All right,
you, Dylan.
so
Thank you.
let's see. To kick off, I would like to give a preview for a movie that's coming out next weekend.
I wanna
that
see it.
I am excited for. If you are any fan of space-themed movies, next weekend, Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, Liv Taylor, a plethora of good casting is going to be performing in Ad Astra. This is the movie that involves Brad Pitt and his father, Tommy Lee Jones, who is an astronaut who was sent away on a mission to go search for alien life. But in the process, it's revealed that he was actually experimenting with a new material that could be disastrous for the planet Earth. And guys, I am super stoked to go see this movie. I'm seeing it opening night, I believe, in Dolby Cinema as well.
I love space-themed movies.
Themed.
Did you guys know that's a sequel, actually?
And there's the dog.
What the heck was that?
No longer in a cone of shame.
That was not a fluffy loaf. That was closer to a cave chicken.
I should have brought that that noisemaker that like is that like ultrasonic
Oh, yeah,
noise.
yeah.
I just don't know how it would interfere with the podcast. Honestly,
I have no idea.
I don't think
Yeah,
it would.
would it pick up on our microphones?
We don't know.
If it did, we probably wouldn't be able to hear it.
We would jack up the listeners. Someone would just be like, ah. But yes, so I'm like I said, I'm super stoked. Once again, great casting. I love Tommy Lee Jones, Men in Black. He's got other drama movies and comedies here and there. And then Brad Pitt, still sexy. Yes, I said sexy.
I love how every single time now you have to defend yourself.
I will
Yeah.
defend sexiness. All right,
Listeners, Dylan is a little bit gay. I'm just
only a little bit.
It was a lot of it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Look, I get man crushes, dude. I'm just saying, like Brad Pitt for what the dude? What is his age? Again, I know I still haven't looked into it.
It's
from
too
the last time
old
I
for
talked,
you, Dylan.
but he's got the 6-pack and it's delicious,
He's like 78.
and he looks that good.
I don't
Like,
know.
shoot, man,
Yeah,
I lost all the weight and I still don't look that good.
I'm looking forward to it, Dylan. I am a big fan. I like Brad Pitt. I like Tommy Lee Jones, and I love space.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime there's a space movie, I'm like, yes, let's do it. And then all the reviews are coming out, and people are loving it.
Oh, of course.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
What about Muppets in Space?
dude, I love that one too as a kid.
Wait, that's a real thing?
Yes,
You kinda
dude,
just came
that
up
was
with
the one with the space fish, wasn't it? The cosmic fish.
We are this fish from space. Space.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's what they said.
Sorry, I didn't
They
really
were the
watch Muppets
cosmic
growing
fish,
up.
and I loved the cosmic fish.
They said something to that effect. I know there's a line in there that's like when he's talking to them in his dream, and then, but basically, John, to elaborate and explain more, for Muppets from Space is basically it's Gonzo's story kind of thing. So it's about like him discovering who he is, like where he came from, stuff like that. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, before we get too far off of movies, I have a question for you guys, and I want to know what you think about the newest DC movie that's going to be coming out, Joker. I'm seeing a lot of things back and forth. The trailer looks good, but then again, not a lot of DC movies did look good in trailers and then flopped hard. And so I've seen a lot of reviews coming out already. People just, I think even on Rotten Tomatoes, not that that's the end-all be-all of rating sites, but people are saying that it's not as good as it's being advertised. I don't know. What do you guys think will happen with this? Do you think it's a diamond in the rough, or do you think it's going to be a flop like every other DC movie?
I do not think the trailers have been interesting.
Not at all.
No, it looks terrible to me, honestly. I mean, it's the Joker, so I'll go see it because I like the Joker.
Okay.
But I don't know. It just seems like a weird backstory for him. I can't imagine the way they're hyping up his character. I can't imagine him turning into the Joker that we know and love.
Right. Nothing.
And on top of that, there's no way anybody's ever going to do better than Heath Ledger did.
True. Amen.
Yeah. Again, he did kind of nail that role, but I don't like. It's. I really want to hope, because I would like to have an actual dilemma, if I may say that and go that far. I would like to have a dilemma when I go to the theaters of just like, do I want to see the DC movie or do I want to see the Marvel one? But DC is just nowhere in the league of Marvel with what they've put out, and it's just, like I said, every other movie's a hit and miss. The two good movies they've had so far are Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Like, if I'm being honest, like everything else is just kind of meh.
The only dilemma I'm looking for is which Joker will be crappier, the Jared Leto or this one?
Oh,
'Cause
Jared Leto.
Leto's was garbage.
Yeah, of course. And I did not like that costume choice for him, just all the tattoos, whatever
Dude, they
else.
hyped him up to be like this big character in
Yeah.
Suicide Squad,
He really
and he was
wasn't,
nothing. He was in like
Did
4
not
scenes,
matter.
maybe. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he was stupid.
It just wasn't worth
No,
it.
yeah,
Jared
like,
Leto, don't come on this podcast.
Dang.
like you guys said though, like it,
I mean, the guy can laugh his way to the bank. He's still a millionaire. I'm just kind of a guy on a podcast sitting in a room. But either way, just wasn't our favorite.
worthy.
yeah, it just doesn't look interesting to me.
Heath Ledger, come on the
Looks like a
podcast.
letdown.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
I like Joaquin Phoenix and everything.
Yeah, I loved him in Signs.
Yeah, Signs. Did you ever see the movie Her with the
I did-
artificial intelligence?
I know it's where he starts to like develop a relationship, right, and get feelings
Yeah.
for his robot.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. So I don't know. He's been pretty good in the past. Oh, Gladiator too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Think,
He was the.
I think as an actor on Joker, he'll do okay, but like the story and the movie plot
Yeah.
itself is gonna make it suck.
Yeah, I can get with you on that one.
Well, folks, we'll definitely have to, or you'll have to wait to see our review on that once it comes out, and if we get around to seeing it, I'll definitely probably see it at least once to give a review and let you guys know how it goes in the end.
We should go see it together.
We'll do the
Yay.
review in the theater.
Okay, yeah,
We'll bring
that,
all our equipment.
yeah, we'll just sit there on our phones talking the whole time. That won't be disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other news, transitioning, still in entertainment, but in other news for entertainment, I saw a post, and I don't know if you guys saw this. Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey are starting their own podcast, and they're going to be
Ooh.
talking about stuff that was behind the scenes while filming The Office.
I can't wait.
That sounds interesting to me. I don't even listen to podcasts other than our own.
You need to start getting
Dude,
into it, dude.
yeah.
I know, but I would love to get into this one. That
Yeah,
sounds
'cause-
really good.
Yeah, especially I love the two actresses. They nailed their parts, and I'm not sure if Angela Kinsey went off to do too much as far as acting after The Office. Not that she needs to. She's probably retired, millions of dollars, and again, I know she has a family to take care of and everything. Not saying that's stay home with your family, nothing like that. But both her and Jenna Fisher, like even after The Office, have just gone off and done amazing things. And they even Jenna Fisher, I believe, had a sale. You know how there was that episode of the Dundies at Chili's? You can actually buy like coffee mugs and T-shirts and stuff with like quotes from that night. I even got a
Yeah.
T-shirt that says "I feel God in this Chili's tonight."
Oh yeah, I
So-
saw that.
Yeah, so and I believe most of the proceeds, or at least a good portion of them, are going to benefit, like again, children's hospital research, stuff like that, or it's going to a good cause. I could be wrong in that, but I know it's definitely going to at least one charitable organization.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely awesome. Sarah got a mug. If you haven't seen those yet, go ahead and check them out. You can probably find them on our Instagram page, or even just doing a quick Google search. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see. I'm wondering if they'll cover two big things that I know that they haven't really talked about. There was one episode of Michael saying goodbye where she met up with him in the airport, and since they weren't mic'd, you don't know what Steve Carell actually said to Jenna Fisher in that scene.
Yeah.
And I believe she did say a while back that she didn't want to talk about it. It's just kind of something special between the two of them. But, who knows? Maybe if they're going to start going behind the scenes and uncovering a lot of things, maybe they will cover that. And then the other thing is what necessarily... for all we know, it could just be a blank letter. But what was on the teapot letter kind of thing.
That episode where she says goodbye to Michael?
Yeah.
I like to think that they're both over there and they know their mics aren't on. They're just like, man, I can't wait for this episode to be done so I can go home.
I know, right? Yeah. Steve Carell's movie career took off, and then The Office went down.
I gotta go shoot a movie after this. Why am I still here?
Yeah. If we're still talking about The Office, I know you talked about it too when you like Will Ferrell coming in to try to be the manager for the manager for that branch. I didn't necessarily hate him. He wasn't the worst, but after they had that episode with they had the episode with all the different the hiring process.
Jim
where it was
Carrey was one of them.
Yeah, dude, I so badly wanted Jim Carrey.
That would have been funny.
I want the job, but my family's in the Finger Lakes right now.
I'm actually supposed to be in the Finger Lakes right now.
People go missing in the Finger Lakes. I wish so badly that Jim Carrey would have been the boss, and whatever, I don't care. Is it NBC that was hosting The Office, Channel 4, or is it CBS?
NBC.
NBC? Yeah,
I don't know.
I honestly feel, and it was messed up to the fans. I feel that they were honestly just trying to plug their other actor. Robert California was the character, but the guy who played him, just because he was on the other show, The Blacklist, they're just let's put him in here. Like, he's under contract. Let's get him, popular
Maybe
and everything.
So, yeah.
And I did not. I hated him as a manager,
He
CEO,
just gave
whatever
me
the
like
heck.
a creepy vibe.
Yeah, didn't care for his character at all. And then, I could go on another rant for this, but I hated Andy too when he became manager, because it was just the whole story back and forth with his what.
I think at first he was a good manager. Then he just got really douchey.
Yeah,
Andy?
definitely.
Andy. Okay, yeah.
Andy. Because Robert
Ray
California,
Romano, he was one of the interviewees.
Yeah.
That guy would have been funny to be the manager.
Yes.
Yeah, that could have been cool
Start
too.
eating a sandwich in
These
the
are the
middle.
nicest people I've ever met.
Messed up that
Let
interview.
that guy get to me.
Yeah, so
I don't know, but were you? Oh, sorry. Were you?
No,
still
I was just gonna
talking
say
about The Office?
they had other options for manager, and I don't know, maybe Jim Carrey's price range was just too high for him or something. But I would have loved had they had him the last couple seasons. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been more interesting.
Especially when you think about how him and Steve Carell had to have developed at least a little bit of a friendship, because they worked on Burt Wonderstone together, and they're both comedic actors. So it's like there had to have been some kind of relationship there.
They were both on Evan Almighty. Or Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, that too.
yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's like they had a history together, and that would have been a kind of fun transition for him to take over as manager. And who knows? It does all depend on writing at some point too. But I definitely feel like they were just trying to rush those last seasons to get the thing wrapped up. But like I said, I have complaints here and there. Definitely didn't like Andy as the manager the last few seasons. Yeah. Not that I don't like the actor; he was funny in The Hangover and other movies. But yeah, just not as manager. Did not like it.
Yeah, it should be fun to see what Jenna Fisher and Angela
Kinsey, I believe her name is.
Angela Kinsey had to say about The Office. It'd be fun to get a background perspective on that.
That'd be neat.
But yeah, you're right. I should start listening to more podcasts. The way I see it is there's two kinds of people. You have podcast people and YouTube people.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Everybody uses YouTube, but I'm a YouTube kind of person.
Okay.
If I have some free time, YouTube is what I'm watching.
Okay.
And some people instead they just put on podcasts. So I'm more of a YouTube person, but I would love to start listening to other podcasts. You guys have any suggestions? What do you guys like?
Oh, we have tons. John, why don't you kick this one off?
Okay, so I like to listen to scary stories and murder
Yes.
stories. So I got two separate podcasts for that. One for scary stories, it's really cool. It's called the Scarecast. You guys could find it anywhere, Spotify, even
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
Or this app that I use, it's called Podcast Addict.
Okay.
You guys ever use that?
No, I
Not
mostly
Luke,
go through
but-
Spotify for my stuff, but I'm always
Okay.
open.
But yeah,
I've never heard of
Podcast
it.
Addict. You download it. It's got all the podcasts like for free. Like anyone you could think of. You could search different ones. It shows you
Nice.
the popular ones. It's kind of like Spotify.
Huh.
I don't know if they have different podcasts from what's on Spotify.
Oh,
but
tons.
Are we on
yeah.
Podcast Addict?
I don't know. I'd have to look
I
us
don't-
up.
I can't
Let
remember.
me see if we are.
We'll have to check our email.
Yeah, I know. Has anyone checked that since we started this?
I check it most weeks.
We still get I think next time we definitely have to pay some attention to our YouTube account. We got to put a video up there.
I do.
No, I'm not saying we don't upload the episodes. I'm just saying as far as putting stuff up for just fun behind the
I
scenes
hate
stuff.
YouTube.
Dang.
I just told you I'm a YouTube person.
Oh, so he's coming in hot on that one. Yeah.
Okay, so that one I was talking about, it's called the Scarecast podcast.
Okay, and so is this based off real stories or just like?
it's stories that people send into him. So some of them
Okay.
are real, some of them are just writers that make it up, and they're really good.
That's awesome. I love a good mix of that.
And another one for it's about crime stories, so about murders that have been solved and what have you, stuff
Okay.
like that. It's called Crime Junkie.
Nice.
It's hosted by wow, I don't remember the names, but these two girls, they're like super funny. It's a good podcast.
Okay.
They don't
The-
have bearded voices.
They don't know.
Well, maybe they'll invite you.
Maybe. There's one other one too. I listen to a lot of political podcasts, but I don't
Okay.
want to get into those right now.
Okay. Well, look, I know we're not making this necessarily a political thing, but you can still talk about it because I mean, who knows? A lot of I think some of our fans even might be more interested in that kind of realm of entertainment. So
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Okay,
go for it.
I'll plug two of them. One of them is called Louder with Crowder. It's this guy, the host is
David Crowder.
the host is named Steven Crowder. He's a conservative political commentator, but this guy's like really funny because he was a comedian first.
Okay.
So he plugs a lot of comedy into his podcast. It's better to watch his podcast on YouTube because he does a lot of skits and a lot of like spoofs of different movies and different people and stuff.
Okay.
But listening to it's really funny. But like, so at work, I can't sit there watching YouTube, so I'll listen to his podcast.
Oh, of course.
Then when I go home, I'll watch it again on YouTube so I can get the visual. So for his, I would suggest just watching on YouTube.
Right.
Wait,
Just
so you listen to it twice.
basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just that one, just because that one you kind of need to watch the video.
That's how
first.
good it is.
Wow.
And then the other political one is Ben Shapiro show. Mm-hmm. He's also a conservative political commentator.
Okay.
His isn't really funny, but I learn a lot more from it than most of the other podcasts. Like,
Gotcha.
That to do with politics. So those are a few of the ones I listen to. I listen to a lot more, but I don't want to take up all our time.
Yeah. Well, shoot. Let's see if because I kind of listen to a few of the same things. Maybe not necessarily the exact podcast, but like genres. Like so, let's see if you want something scary, we are coming up on Halloween, and so I will definitely have an episode prepared for that.
Oh, yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
we should tell scary stories for one of them.
I would definitely be down for that. That's one of the ideas I'm playing
Dude,
with.
we can have a
And then-
competition.
And then also talking about our like
Down.
own scary stories, our scary encounters.
Yeah.
But let's not spoil anything. We'll save that for later on.
We're
But-
brainstorming on the podcast.
I know, and you guys just get to pay us to listen to it. I'm just kidding. You don't pay us at all. But yeah, so as far as scary story stuff, I've recommended this before, and I think I talked about it in one of the previous episodes. I'm going to see the No Sleep podcast live on October night. That's going to be in LA. But so the No Sleep podcast, if you're into horror, if you're into, it's a lot of fiction stories written and everything, but they can get pretty spooky, like depending on the context and like when they really get into detail about like creepy things going on or like just the way people's like bodies look, or if they're dealing with like insects, like just goopy sliminess, like
Ew.
the writers, and again, I know that what they do is they actually have how we use Reddit for our, Am I the Butthole stories and everything, like Judgment Call, whatnot.
Yeah.
For them, they'll take horror stories that are written on Reddit, and then they'll actually have actors act it out. So it's really well done. They got great production and everything, so you feel like you're kind of in the environment of the story itself. Another one is, I talked about before, Aaron Mahnke's Cabinet of Curiosities. Lore, it's still run by Aaron Mahnke, another horror podcast. And then also Lore. Or no, I talked about Lore, my bad. Darkest Night. And I will just give a quick not advertisement, just warning. There is language. Again, not these aren't like clean podcasts or anything, but they don't go over the top with cussing every other sentence kind of thing. It's just if the writer happens to put a curse word in the story, the actors are going to act it out. So if you're into that kind of stuff, worth listening to. John, like how you were talking with live or like murder mystery podcasts, like things that are actually based on real stories. I did listen to one called Dirty John. That was a really good podcast, really well done.
Does it have
Then-
an H in it,
An H?
John?
Yeah.
God.
Do they spell it wrong with an H?
They do have an H. I'm sorry, John.
They spell it wrong.
It's the right way.
No.
It's
But,
biblical.
another podcast I listened to in that same vein of thought is Culpable. I don't know if you've heard about this one, John. It's pretty good to check out. I think they're about 12 or 13 episodes in. They release every Monday, but it's a crime that's actually currently ongoing, and it's based in the city of Meridian, and I think it's way out east or whatever. But it's this kid, Christian Andriakios, and it's murder, it was ruled a suicide. And they're investigating what happened with it because based on all the other evidence they've had from private investigators, things of like body being moved at the scene of the crime, all kinds of stuff, they know that the body got moved. Like this is a planted thing, and so it's just I'm definitely, me and my wife both are probably along the lines of like there's something fishy going on in just overall Meridian, but like yeah, listen to the whole thing and how it plays out. That's a really well done podcast as well.
Shout out the name again.
Culpable podcast, and so you can find that on Spotify, probably other forms of media as well that'll stream podcast. And then lastly, if you're just looking for fun, random stories, kind of like what we do here a little bit, but greater extent. Off Topic, it's a brand for Off Topic, and even the Rooster Teeth podcast. If you don't know Rooster Teeth, they were actually a company at doing like internet videos before YouTube was even around. Like that's how old this company is. But they have some pretty funny content. Again, these aren't clean podcasts, so just be wary of that. But those are pretty funny. And then if you're into like mythology, there's Myths and Legends, which I plugged before.
Yeah.
And so
I listened to that one.
That was pretty
that's a
good.
good one.
Jason and Chris are wiser. And then there's something that's kind of in the same vein of that stuff where it deals with like cryptozoology. This one's also pretty funny. It's called the Cryptonaut Podcast. And it's
Kryptonaut, I like that.
yeah, dude, it's pretty great. It's three guys, much like ourselves, probably a little older and a little more bearded, but they get around, just sit at a table, and so they'll look into deep dives in these really random stories and encounters, whether it be aliens, ghosts, like all kinds of stuff, and they just make it fun. They make it fun and enjoyable to go into these stories and just talk about like how, John Jacob Jiggerheimer Smith over here encountered an alien called this such thing, and like they'll give weird descriptions, but they just have fun when they're talking back and forth, and then they'll kind of do like, okay, is this a hoax? Is this real? Based on the evidence, like what we have presented to us, and so it's a fun discussion if you're looking for entertainment of that sort.
Real quick, a good one like that. It has to do with conspiracy theories. It's the Conspiracy Guys. Really
Okay.
good one. They talk about all the myths and legends that have to do with conspiracies and stuff.
Ooh, that'd be
Pretty
fun. Yeah, I see. My problem with podcasting is I get so carried away and I just binge through entire
That's what I do,
entire shows. Like, so before it's like we even have time to wrap up, or before they put out the next episode, I'm just sitting there at work. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on! I've got 8 hours to kill. I need something to like keep me going.
It's the worst, right? Once you binge watch all of them up until current,
Yeah.
you're like, is it worth waiting until next Monday?
Yeah, so I need to have a library big enough to where it's like I can just have my week filled, even with just having the new episodes as they come out per week.
You guys are so lucky. I can't listen to podcasts like that. I don't have a job where I'm sitting there listening to podcasts.
It helps
One
me.
day.
It helps
One
me
day
to get through the day, man. Because it's just when I'm at work working in the warehouse, it's just like it keeps me entertained. It keeps me laughing. So it's just if I'm just sitting there and listening to my playlist over and over again, that gets old after a while.
Yeah.
Listening to funny content is always just like ha.
Yeah, so sometimes when I'm driving, I'll put on our podcast.
No.
Yeah, that'll keep me going. So I don't know. But yeah, you're welcome to all those podcasts. We just plugged the heck out of you.
Yeah.
guys.
Look. Be
Sponsor
nice.
us.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
If they want to team up with us, I'd be so excited because you know what? Like,
We're gonna have to at them when we post.
I'm just saying, like, they owe us now, so we're gonna be on their show.
You guys
We'll keep
doing-
you posted because soon we're gonna be on a big podcast with thousands of listeners.
You guys do not owe us anything. But I was like, look, honestly, I was gonna save this, all right, because I didn't know we were gonna get into it this episode. But like, I would honestly like to thank these podcasts because if it wasn't for them,
what got
like,
me into podcasts.
They're very
yes,
inspiring.
exactly.
Yeah.
They have just fun content, fun entertainers, fun hosts, and everything else. They inspired me to do something like this. So
we owe you.
and there are plenty other podcasts that we'll probably get to later on, but just for the ones we mentioned currently, thank you. You guys are entertaining. Keep doing what you're doing.
gracias.
Yes. All right. And with that being said, Luke, is it time?
It must be time for sports.
Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we are talking about sports, people. How you doing this week, Luke?
It's been great.
Didn't we talk about that already?
I know, but I was hoping you would have came in more hot with it, but it kind of fell flat.
You were like bada bing, bada
Bada bing,
I don't know
bada-
what to do with that. Like, it's the most wonderful time of the year when we're talking about
It's not
sports.
Christmas.
When it's the most wonderful time.
No, you gotta go. It's the most wonderful time of
For
the
a
year.
beer.
Hey.
It's the most I don't know.
Oh, holy night. All
It's
right.
the
Anyway,
most-
Anyway,
we're getting carried away.
it's the Christmas time for sports because there's baseball and football simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
So I'm digging it. We've got news for both sports today. But yeah, let's let's get into something that's becoming sort of a regular segment on this show. Antonio Brown.
You suck. I'm sorry. No, Josh. Let's see. He's okay. So if you haven't heard recently, there's been allegations. I don't know if it's 3 separate women, but at least 3 different stories coming out about sexual misconduct by Antonio Brown against his personal trainer.
Man.
Keep it in your pants.
Dude, it's just like I would like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but this dude is such an idiot. And one of the other podcasts I listened to, should have mentioned, Skip and Shannon. You know them, Luke. They're pretty famous for talking about sports and
Yes,
stuff.
they have a podcast too.
Yeah, it all gets uploaded. I mean, you see those clips on Facebook, it's from their podcast.
Wait, that's a TV show though. Do they just put their TV show on podcast sites?
Probably.
That's what it is.
Makes sense,
It's a
but
TV show. Let's be real.
Either way, their
off as a
audio commentaries, they
podcast.
went into a whole history of like Antonio Brown's erratic behavior and how like he should just be suspended, and again, if he needs to be held off on for a while, like one of them I believe is advocating for him to be put on the commissioner's exempt list, to where he wouldn't be playing football, but he would still be getting paid, which would be like the nicer route, kind of like waiting to see like, okay, let's investigate this, let's make sure we do our due diligence and get everything taken care of.
Yeah.
But then I believe it was Skip was talking about like, no, he just needs to be out of the league in general, or like the Patriots need to do away with him because of how much bad publicity this guy is for the team. With all even before this recent stuff that's been going on, they were talking about times where he was literally at like a Miami hotel room or wherever else, throwing crap out the window and almost hit a child, like a small child he could have possibly killed.
Literal crap.
No, not crap.
Just
Just like
things.
no,
Some things.
Things
He was
like
throwing some things out the
things
window.
like chairs and things that could have like crushed someone's head if it fell on top of them. Like
That's even worse than crap.
dude, he's nuts, man. He's like all this stuff off the field that you don't really hear about. He's had like dates for court he was supposed to appear in and didn't show up. Like he's just a horrible example of what the NFL should be. And based on all the stuff that Skip had listed, I would agree with him 100% of just saying, I'm not trying to just like ride coattails with these podcasts, but it's just in the same sense of like, this guy's getting way out of hand with it's every other week something's coming up about Antonio Brown. And it's just like, at this point, I don't care how good his career is or how good he was as a receiver. I'm done with him. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots have to worry about bad publicity.
Oh, no, of
They're
course
like
not.
at rock bottom and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, well, that's because they don't care about who they hire on as their freaking
Yeah, it's
team.
like they're already that kind of team where it's like, well, whatever, we're winning. So
Yeah.
I don't think they have to worry about bad publicity. Having said that, is it my preference that Antonio Brown keeps playing football? Definitely not if this is true. I'm fine if somebody gets convicted of rape. They're never allowed in the NFL again.
Yeah.
Has this guy been convicted of anything?
Not as far as I know. Like I said, there was a court date appearance he was supposed to make and didn't show up for that. I don't know what got handled or if he just got dismissed, whatever the heck. But they were listing off a good number of things that, like I said, were well before the whole helmet crap that went down with the Raiders, him trying to fight the GM, all that other stuff. There was a whole list of things going on well before that even. And so he's acting a fool. He needs to be gone. Like, I'm tired of it. I don't care how good he is anymore.
He's acting a fool.
But
Act a fool.
okay, I know morally I wouldn't want him there either. But if he's doing his job while he's there, he hasn't been convicted of any crimes. There's nothing you can really do.
No, and well, that's
Well,
again
I
where
mean,
you
if
can
you
complain
try,
all
if
you
you
want.
try to fight your boss, I'm okay with you getting
Oh,
fired.
he did. He tried to fight.
He tried to fight
the
the-
GM.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
He could have He should have got fired for
He
that.
Yeah.
did. He got fired from the Raiders, and the Patriots picked him up.
Yeah.
What?
Which-
They want all their GMs to get fired. Every
Which
time
was-
they go to a new team.
I guarantee you that was all planned out. Like, again, I know I don't know if we mentioned it on this podcast, but there were the stories coming out about again
Antonio Brown conspiracy.
he tried. He was trying to get to the Patriots well before now. He just had to take the long route to get to him. But even still, dude, you're sucking. You're losing my respect. I'm getting tired of it. But other than that, like, so getting into the actual like games and teams now, because I don't want to give Antonio Brown any more publicity than he already gets this throughout the week. Someone took a bet out in Las Vegas, I believe. They put a bet on the Dolphins after their blowout loss against the Ravens last week that they're going to go 0-16, and the person bet $3,400. And if they win, they're going to end up with a payout of $102,000.
Wow.
If they go 0-16 on the season. So I don't know. What do you
I'm
think?
kind
Luke?
of rooting for this guy.
I am
That's
too.
ballsy to put a bet like that.
Well, because
Yeah.
again, we talked about it last week. They got destroyed like 59-10 or something. It was crazy, and
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So
Did they get shut out this week?
I don't know. I actually didn't check the updates for the
The
Patriots
game was still going while we were. Well, actually, it was probably done by the time we got set up.
It
but,
ended early on. Because it was one of the 10 o'clock games since you're playing on the East Coast.
But I have the Patriots on my fantasy football team.
Uh-huh.
And they were at like 35 fantasy points.
Oh
the
my
defense,
gosh.
and it was a shutout. Last time I checked, and that was with like 4 minutes left.
Right.
So they probably shut out the Dolphins.
Oh my gosh! What? I just saw the score, 43-0.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dang, that is stupid for the Dolphins.
Yep.
I
yeah.
hope they go 0-16.
At
I
this-
mean, not to be brutal, just because it's kind of the Browns did it and they came out just fine. I want to see if the Dolphins can.
Yeah,
handle it.
at this point, I'm definitely rooting for them to go 0-16 as well. Like, just just for the fun of it. But, hey, maybe this
I
guy will
hope
get
that guy
paid out.
wins his money. I
Yeah.
hope he does.
And so that should be pretty fun. And then, excuse me, had a burp there. And then our freaking Chargers, man. Like, I should have called it last week and put money on it myself because I knew they were going to blow this freaking game against the Lions. The Lions had a good defense and a good, decent enough offense. Maybe I would not say good. But after playing the Cardinals last week, they were able to end in a tie, and I knew that the Chargers, after seeing our defense perform, and what's sad? It wasn't even our defense that sucked so bad. It was our offense, dude. I watched one of the drives when we were leading the game 10-6, and we're marching down the field, and there were 2 touchdowns by Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson. They each had one apiece that were overturned because the stupid people had to, like, one was a lineman caught for holding, or no, he did a push in the back, which was not necessary. And then the second guy, on our next run when we could have got a touchdown, he held somebody. I think it was our number 15 receiver, Inman, or whatever the heck his name is. He held a guy and ended up bringing it back. And it's just like, guys, you shoot yourself in the foot time and time again. And this is why I feel so... what's the word I'm looking for? Frustrated, just flat out frustrated with the Chargers franchise in general. There are 2 things I've noticed. It's either one, they'll shoot themselves in the foot, where they have, like I said, this flip-flop week, where last week it was our defense that almost cost us the game. This week it was our offense that did. It's like, why can we not get on the same page with each other? And then 2, whenever, not that it happened this week, but the other thing I've noticed is when they score over 20 points, Luke, and I've talked to you about this, if they score over 20 points, they just stop scoring. They just say, all right, well, we got enough. That's it. We don't need to get any more. It's like, no, the game is not over. You play till the clock finishes. I don't know what your coaches or whoever else is telling you this. Play till the end. Stop just being like, we have a big enough lead. No, keep going for it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like with these penalties, sometimes it's just downright cheating. It's like, give it a break. We don't need to deal with this. Like we would have scored anyway. Like some of these block to the back, it doesn't always matter.
Right,
A lot of
not
time
at all.
a penalty like that, it's like you just did it because you felt like you did your job badly and you have to recover.
Yeah, and then to top it off, because we still could have won this game, because even despite those few penalties that kept pushing us back, Phillip Rivers throws a pass down the field, and we set up a goal, like our first and goal at like the 1 yard line, and hands off to Austin Eckler, and Eckler fumbles it before getting in the end zone. And crap like that, that's something that, Melvin Gordon, again, he's probably on the fence after last week saying like, oh, shoot, maybe I should just sign with the Chargers because they have a decent enough running back game. And now he's like, oh, now I can hold out even longer because apparently their running backs can't get it done. And it's just like, what the heck, guys? That's basic ball control. Just get 2 hands on the thing. If you just need to jump over the group or the lineman to get into the end zone, why are you not holding onto that thing with both hands? How does that get punched out? That's terrible.
It's rough, man. Welcome to the life of Chargers fans. You're getting a glimpse at what it's like for us. Pray for us.
Week after week, man.
You should see their faces. They're so angry.
I'm
It's
definitely
tough being
angry. I
Chargers.
can never put faith in the Chargers because they always let me down.
We should just start like yelling into our microphones
Jesus won't let
simultaneously
you
about
down.
how frustrated we are.
Gosh, man. It's like, at least this way, but well, here's what's sad, right? In the division, right now the Kansas City Chiefs are destroying the Raiders. It's like 28-13 or something, and I believe Kansas City has the ball. Yeah, it's just like, what the heck, man? It's like, so the Broncos will probably be down 0-2. They're losing their game against the Bears, and then we're going to be tied with the Raiders for second. With the Raiders after last season. That's terrible.
Thanks, John.
Mr. Pac-Man over here. I think they got their win over the Vikings, I believe, so.
Easy being a Packers fan, isn't it?
It's easy barely being a football fan.
He doesn't have to deal with our frustration, folks.
Oh,
But-
man. We're hanging in there, though.
I know it's early on, but like I said, it's just I see the same old every year. It's like we should be doing good. We should be in the playoffs every time, and then we choke. Like, you can make fun of us all you want. I'm going to make fun of the Chargers, too. They choke. And just it's frustrating as heck as a freaking fan, man, to try to root for this team over and over again. And when it's just like, guys, we should have these wins, we should have this, we should have that, and the games that are crucial, nah. And the game, like, somehow we'll pull out games against harder teams, and then we lose the ones against teams that we should have beat. Like and again.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty polarized.
So your
I don't know.
sports life just sucks, right? Because we're
It
all
does.
Angels fans.
Yeah, we root
too,
for
so
the
it's
Angels.
frustrating during baseball.
They're sucking hard right now. We root for the Chargers. They go back and forth. And so, well, they're consistently inconsistent. There we go. There's the phrase we'll give the Chargers. And then other than that, I mean, I kind of watch hockey. I don't get too much into it, so I won't be as thorough with like stats and stuff once that season kicks off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely follow when it comes playoff times to the Stanley Cup. But anyway, it's ridiculous, man. I wish I could just go into a Sunday knowing, hey, my team's gonna get a win this week. Like if I was a Patriots fan or a friggin' Packer fan or anything else, you can walk in and just be like, my team's about to win. What are you gonna do about it? With the Chargers,
let
it's like
us take a moment to be grateful that we are not Dolphins fans.
no,
That's
gosh,
true.
not at all.
And,
Poor
and
Dolphins.
among everyone, there was a sigh of relief.
Yep. Yeah. So, and you know what? While I'm hot and heavy, Luke, the other thing I'm frustrated with right
Like
now.
a woman.
I know, man. I'm hot and bothered, man. I can't stand it anymore. I'm fed up with the NFC South. All right, and that's if you're unfamiliar with that division, you have the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers. What of all the different divisions after the last few decades that have been great? You see the Panthers come out, they went to the Super Bowl. You see the Falcons come out, they went to the Super Bowl. The Saints constantly make playoffs, and they have a great team, great leader in Breeze, and the way they're set up and everything. Why on Thursday night's game, if you're the Panthers, you're at 4th and half a yard, do you not sneak in Cam Newton for a QB sneak, or just have like the way we had Eckler jump over the line to try to get a touchdown? Why would you not have somebody hop the line to get that win against the Buccaneers? How do you lose to Jameis Winston at home? This is terrible. Cam, if you're concerned about getting injured the same way Andrew Luck was, I'm sorry, retire. I'm not going to hate you for it. I still think you're a great quarterback, but if you're that concerned, you're that worried, you're not going to do any quarterback sneak or do anything in particular because you don't want to jeopardize your health, then I'm sorry, get off the field, let the backup take it, and you guys could have won that game.
Even
Bad
Tom
play
Brady-
calling, man.
Even Tom Brady does QB sneaks.
Tom Brady at 42 years old
He's
to
like
do a QB
100 years
sneak.
old, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's Cam Newton's what? He's well over 6 feet tall. How does he not get that first down? Or even the fact that they try to do a quick wildcat trick play. It's like, no, you guys just need the first, and you have 4 downs to punch it in with any of your running backs, any of your receivers. Anybody could have got that for the win. And you guys just made this terrible, terrible decision to just, we're going to do this crazy play. They're not going to see it coming. And they did. How do you get stopped on a 4th and half a yard, man?
John is in complete agreement here. Look at him.
Yeah, he's just nodding his head and giving me some like licking lips.
That's because he
motion.
knows his stuff. It's
Oh,
like,
gosh.
do you remember when the
Just so
Colts?
emotional.
Do you remember?
and then, sorry.
Go for it,
finish,
yeah,
No,
go.
finish your thought, and then I'll get to the
Okay.
next part.
Do you remember when the Colts played the Patriots a few years ago and they did that one trick play?
Oh my gosh.
They had one center and a guy standing behind
Yeah.
him and nobody else. They hiked it and got tackled in half a second.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck, man?
Oh, man.
But so then there's that with the Panthers. The Saints, again, they're the only ones who have been consistent and go back and forth with being good, being bad, whatever else. Like, they do their job, they get things done. And then on the other hand, you have the Falcons, talented on both sides of the ball. They choked last week against the Vikings, and then tonight they're supposed to play the Eagles. You know, some people are saying they're going to get an upset. I don't know if they will, because the Eagles are pretty solid all around. Wentz was able to lead them back from like a 3-touchdown deficit to come back and win against the Redskins week 1. But it's just like, for the Falcons to have so much talent and not get anything done with it. Like, Matt Ryan should be a good enough quarterback. He's got great receivers in Ridley and Jones. Why are you guys losing these games? It's just ridiculous. And they don't even get a high scoring, like, back and forth. Like, even with the Saints-Texans game week 1, that one, no team should walk away holding their head down because both teams played fantastic. They played great. But the Falcons, they will get destroyed one way or the other. And they, like, with such a high octane offense, you should not be getting less than 20 points a game.
Yeah. I take it you're a fan of the NFC South.
I'm a fan of any good players. And like I said, you got Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, guys that have gone to the well, yeah, so guys that have gone to
Thanks, John.
guys that have gone to the Super Bowl, it's like they know what to do, they know how to get things done. Is it the offensive coordinator who's making these bad play decisions, man? It's just like, get it together. You guys have something great and you're crapping out.
You know what the real question is?
What's that?
Who do you think would win in a fight, a falcon or an eagle?
Real fight, I'd probably go with an eagle.
I'd go
Don't
with a
they
falcon.
don't they have a bigger wingspan though? The eagles?
Yeah, but like a falcon's, isn't it more known to be like a hunter, scary bird than an eagle?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
Eagles are bigger. Falcons,
Yeah.
I think, are faster.
that's what I'm kind
So
of
I don't
going. But
know.
I still go with the size though. In this instance,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess it depends on what kind of eagle.
So
True.
that was random, but
It was not random. The Falcons are playing the Eagles tonight. I feel like it's very relevant.
caca.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the Steelers when they still had the 3Bs.
Right.
Like, how do you not win every single time with a great quarter? I mean, he was great at the time. He's not. I wouldn't call Big Ben great now.
No, not
But
at
a
all.
great quarterback in Big Ben, great receiver in Antonio Brown, and a great running back in Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
And they were still a relatively mediocre team.
you can't even call it mediocre after the game against the Patriots. They got destroyed.
Well,
But-
that was last week.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but it's just like when they had the talent, they were always like number 2 seed guaranteed pretty much in the
Yeah.
AFC. And now that they got rid of him, Juju Smith-Schuster is getting all the attention from all the great cornerbacks.
Juju.
Every team he plays, they give him single coverage against their best defender, and guess what? He is not producing anything. Like he's getting shut down because there's no more AB on the other side of the field who's going to get double covered or anything else to leave Juju open one-on-one.
Yeah.
But it's just like, so he's not producing. And then they got rid of Le'Veon Bell, and Connor's not really doing that hot either. Like, I mean, I'll even check the stats for the earlier game today. It was 26-28. The Seahawks did end up beating Pittsburgh, but again, it's just like they aren't doing as well anymore. And what the heck? Apparently, did Big Ben go out with an injury? I'm looking at the stats right now. It says Mason Rudolph came in and had 2 touchdowns and an interception, and Big Ben only had 75 yards.
Oh.
James Conner, 30 yards, 1 touchdown. So
This is what happens when you go to church.
Juju only got 84 yards. That's it. Not one touchdown.
84. Well, that's not bad. That's a good game.
But even still,
You can't
though,
have a touchdown every game.
I'm not saying you have that touchdown every game, but you got to get. If you're the number 1 receiver, you should have at least 100 yards a game.
That's tough.
Look, man.
Think about that.
That's
16.
a lot of yards, man.
That's tough, man. 16 games in a season. Well, 15 because there's a bye week. That's 1,500 yards. That's a great season.
I'm still saying he needs to do better. Both of them do. Like both Connor, Connor and Juju. Like that's not enough for me. If they want to be the number 1 guys, and granted they're not asking for the money that say Le'Veon Bell or Antonio Brown were when they were with the Steelers.
Yeah.
But it's just like, guys, you got to do a little more. Get a little more fight to your team.
Yeah, I get that, I guess.
Please tell me Juju is his birth name.
I think it's his last name.
No, Juju is his first
That's
name.
his actual first.
Smith-Schuster is his
Smith-Schuster
last
is
name.
okay.
His last name.
Listen,
I couldn't remember
Funny.
off the top of
Yeah.
my head with the jerseys I have, but
So
yeah.
Juju's literally his name.
That's
Yeah,
his name.
like
yeah.
Juju
What
Bees.
kind of mother names their son Juju?
A caring one.
No. Well, she's probably caring. I can't speak to his mother.
I don't know, man.
But like Juju, I'm gonna name my kid Christian, Catholic, Islamic.
Oh, jeez.
Dude.
He
oh
went religious with it.
It's J.U. Oh,
Ay,
my
ay, ay.
goodness. I didn't even know you were going that route.
I didn't either until I started talking.
John's so funny.
I know.
He's a punny guy.
That's why he's engaged now.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I won her over. Anyway, so yeah. Other than that, if I could transition into going into a lighter note while we're still talking about the NFL, Luke, I'm starting to think I'm a curse for players.
Okay, I'll buy that.
And that's the end of that, folks. All right. No, okay. So for those of you that don't know, I have a NFL jersey for every team that's, of course, in the NFL. So you look at the jerseys I have. Like, let's cover just a few because I don't have all the names off the top of my head. But 2 of the jerseys I have were Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. Both do not play for the Steelers anymore. And let alone all the other altercations they get into on and off the field, whatever else. Other than that, you have Andrew Luck. He retired. A couple seasons back when I first got these jerseys, I had the tight end Barnage, I believe, was with the Browns. The second I got his, he left the team. He's no longer with the Browns anymore. Leonard Fournette and Blake Bortles with the Jaguars. Leonard Fournette kind of gets injured back and forth. Blake Bortles, he's not playing with the Jaguars anymore. Let's see. Have a Melvin Gordon jersey for the Chargers. He might not play for us anymore. I'm noticing a pattern here, Luke.
Maybe, but you also have a Brady jersey. And things couldn't be going better for him.
Hey, I got that jersey though, and he lost Super Bowl. So
he
look,
went to the Super
I'm not
Bowl,
saying
though.
it's as bad as these other players that are either no longer with the teams or whatever else. Tyrod Taylor got him with the Buffalo Bills. He's no longer with them. I'm pretty sure
He's with us,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a backup for us
Dude,
now.
I don't know if the worst thing that happens to you in a year is you lose the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm saying that aside from like Tom Brady being the exception,
you also
there's-
have Larry Fitzgerald, who's seeing some good production in these first 2 weeks.
But then you have a lot of the Falcons players that I was mentioning and listing off. They're not doing too hot. So it's just like, again, it's like they're either not being productive as a team overall.
You have
or
Drew
they're-
Brees?
Or they're leaving. But again, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying most. Like, and again, it's either they get transferred off the team, then I just have a jersey for a guy who no longer plays for them, or they have a bunch of kind of crazy fiascos. Kareem Hunt, he kicked the girl in the face, got suspended for however many games are he's supposed to be, and then same thing with Tyreek Hill. He's got a shoulder
That's
injury
true.
now. So
Kareem Hunt, you can't count Kareem Hunt. That's his own fault.
how is it not? But like
That's not.
I'm not
can't
saying
say it's because I'm cursed.
I'm
that
not saying I cursed him. I'm just saying it's every
hey, easy.
No,
we're gonna fight this out. Anyway, but so yeah, it's just every jersey I buy for a player, something happens. All right, you guys are seeing the pattern here. Am I wrong in that?
I don't
Please
know.
don't ever get a jersey with my name on it. I don't wanna get
Here's
hurt or
my
something.
thing. You have a lot of jerseys, and when you have a lot of jerseys,
Cam Newton's not doing good.
people are gonna go out. But he did well.
I have his jersey.
I don't know, man. Everybody's gonna go out, and everybody eventually is gonna do bad. So I don't know. I think it's just luck of the draw. I think it's just the odds that something like this,
Unluck of the draw.
something like stuff like this is inevitable.
He's even got a Bruce Jenner track jersey.
That I don't have. Let's see. If I get a Jenner jersey, would you think it would change back?
Oh my goodness!
One day it's like a dress, the other day
Oh,
it's
man.
a jersey.
Dang.
Anyway, so yeah, I think I've vented my frustrations to the point of full release and relief now.
All your
Is-
vents are open.
Yeah,
Cleared
they're
out.
cleared out.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. I thought it was beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Yeah, you are.
That was a
Very
weird
beautiful.
lull.
I know we're just gonna. So you said there are other sports to talk about though, Luke. So I'm not just sitting here ranting on about NFL. Is there other stuff going on that you would like to cover?
Yes, for all those baseball fans out there, a big sad thing happened.
Oh no.
Christian Yelich, we talked about him last week. We were talking about the home run leaders.
Oh okay, yeah.
Christian Yelich was one of those guys hitting 44 home runs.
Nice.
He hit a foul ball into his kneecap
Oh.
and broke it. So he is out for the remainder of the season.
Oh my.
This guy was one of the top 2 MVP candidates, and it is a shame to see him go. We were looking forward to see what would happen with the
Yep.
rest of this. Let's see, I think he had over 40 home runs and over 30 stolen bases.
Dang.
So it was a great season, and he still has a legitimate shot at the MVP race,
Right.
because luckily it is coming to the end of the season.
Yeah.
But man, it is sad that we won't be able to get to see any more Christian Yelich. And yeah, I don't know. He's a good guy. He's not cocky. He brings. He's still willing to be fun for the fans. So it's a shame that it was someone like Christian Yelich. John, are you watching it right now?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Look at you. Want to see it, Dylan?
Okay.
Yeah, for any of you who haven't seen it yet, it's gonna be all over YouTube for those who follow for those who follow the
Oh my
MLB
gosh.
Instagram.
Oh, no.
Check it out. It's brutal. He handled it like a champ though, because that's got to be painful.
Yeah.
Just like his leg just caved in right when it happened. Slow mo.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Dang, it's just sad.
Oh, right off the top.
It's as bad as it gets, guys.
That's terrible.
So yeah, hopefully he's going to be able to heal and bounce back, be ready for next season, because there's a lot of good stuff happening with Christian Yelich. He's the kind of guy we want in the MLB. So
Yeah.
unfortunately,
no juju.
luckily for us, we still have a fun MVP battle going on in the National League. Still a fun home run battle. In other news, I'm blanking on the guy's name right now.
Blinky McBlink again.
Darn it! I got to stop bringing stuff up without having it at the front of my mind. There's another player. I'm trying to remember his name.
Slightly to the side of your mind. Is that where it is?
Slightly to the left
Slightly
of my
to the
mind.
left.
Man, it's he's on track for maybe a 40-40 season, which means 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases,
Oh,
which
wow.
is rare. That is very rare. And I'm blanking on his name. Ronald Acuna Jr.
Kuna Matata.
That's the
That's
guy.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's another one of those fantastic guys. He's younger than 25, so he's got a long time ahead of him.
Okay.
One of the best players under 25 that's in the league right now. And so he's got all those stolen bases, got all those home runs, and we're hoping he can hit that 40-40 mark.
Yeah, that'd definitely be awesome. Something
Yeah.
to pick up after the Yelich thing.
But yeah, that's all I've got for baseball. There's stuff happening, but as an Angels fan, I'm kind of deflated. I'm just trying to hang in there. Once the playoffs come up, it's going to re-energize me.
There's stuff happening, and what's happening as our team is sucking. That's what's going on.
Yeah, so hopefully the draft is going to be good for the Angels next season.
man, pitchers,
next year we'll
please.
get them.
Yeah. But, Luke, before we close out, we don't want to do this again. What's our catchphrase of the week?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, so for
Good
the
call.
catchphrase of the week, we're going to have to put a limit. From this point on, only current episodes
Yes.
will earn you an M&M.
Yeah, because we're not going to be sitting here, folks, when we have 20 episodes on the table or on the podcast and
They're
everything.
saying the one from episode 2 or something.
Yeah, because I'm just like, because even people would come up to me quoting that stuff. I'm just like, no, you're behind. Like, you need to be on top of it. Like, and granted, don't get me wrong, we love you guys. We appreciate the support. I'm just saying, I cannot keep buying M&Ms.
It's a lot of M&Ms.
Yeah, like if people are gonna be quoting episode 1 still from here on out, it's just like I can't keep just shelling these things out, man. I'm not made of money, despite
Yeah.
what you may think.
The phrase for this week, in order
Pants
to
off, dance off.
in order to remind you of our new covenant with you. So it
Covenant.
must be within before the release of the next episode. You have to come up with the catchphrase, come up to one of us, or send it a text, email, whatever it is. As long as we can get you an M&M.
That's a long quote of the week.
For those, for those of you on the other side of the country who are listening to this, or the other side of the world in parts of India and Asia, we won't be able to get you your M&M. So sorry about that. But those who are local, those who know us personally, that's still a possibility for you. So the phrase of the week is "Go get that M&M."
Go get that M&M. I
Go
like
get
it.
that M&M.
Go gadget. Go get that M&M.
But other than that, it looks like it is time for us to conclude our
Won't
episode.
you be my neighbor?
It was nice having John
No.
back with us.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
His lovely bearded
and congratulations once again on the engagement,
Oh,
Luke.
thank
Clap
you.
it up.
voice. Yes.
Give him the clap. Thank you.
No,
Gosh.
no. don't give me that.
Oh,
So yeah,
give it to
make
you.
sure you congratulate
consent.
John. And I think we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for now, guys.
Later.
Goodbye.
We've appreciated your listening. And
He said we're going to say goodbye, and then I said goodbye, and then we're still here talking.
Oh, my goodness. We'll see you guys next week. See ya!
Later.
Things.